Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hello, KZOOMers.
So good to see you.
Good to see you all. And a few faces I haven't seen in a while. It's very exciting. Mm-hmm. And this is a really important moment in the cycle of the year. And, at first I thought, okay, I'm going to cancel the KZOOM because of Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av. And then I thought, no. There's this thing that happens on the afternoon of Tisha B'Av that is really important, that I want to open up to a kind of a shift. And it really has to do with when we have the courage to really face the trauma that is in us personally and collectively. When we really enter through it, there is this possibility of transformation for ourselves and the world that happens through that passage. And it is, such a moment of potential. And the way that moment of potential was described in a midrash says that the Mashiach is born on the afternoon of Tisha B'Av, and that right out of the ashes of the destruction that we face in the world, from those ashes, there is this seed that is planted, the seed of possibility, of transformation, of redemption, is born exactly at that moment. And that seed could lay fallow if we didn't really bring our attention to it. So I want to say that that for me, Mashiach means the messianic consciousness that we share, that it's not a person, it is that messianic consciousness that we share, and that is born in us and between us, in the moments when we have that courage to face the most difficult things in our lives, and come out the other side. And it was like, I wrote to my friend Malila, who lives in Jerusalem, about what was happening in Israel, and she says both the best and the worst of Israelis is arising right now. And it feels like it's true of all of us, that the best and the worst are there at the very same moment. And it seems to me that the Mashiach consciousness is like the best in us, the best in us and between us, that we want to attend to, we want to grow. And the way that I know how to grow it is through this practice of love at the center, meaning to always put love at the center, using the Song of Songs to send me to the work of love, to the possibility of transformation. So that's my intention for this time together, is really, to feel that energy is between us and within us, and it is in potential, and it and needs our love. It needs our love, yeah. And the line that we're going to begin with is just such a beautiful and sensual description of the beloved. We say to her, your navel is the moon's goblet, ever filled with wine. And so your navel is the place of possibility. It's the place of the umbilicus, the place of connection to the source. And when we are connected to that source, we lack nothing. You know, we are filled up with presence, with the divine flow. And when I see these words, what it sends me to is the work of what I call filling up and overflowing. And that's how I want to live my life. And that's how I want Mashiach consciousness to manifest in the world. Through
as an overflow?
Well, our creating of that comes from the overflow, really. Because if I try to make it happen, I'm going to burn myself out. But if I fill up with that presence that is, that is my resource, then whatever comes forth from me is pure and clean and doesn't burn me out, and is filled with a kind of a hopefulness and vision. So that's the we're on this journey now from Tisha B'Av, the 7 weeks of consolation, to when we get to Rosh Hashanah. And so this journey that we take is a journey of reconnecting, reconciling, opening up whatever has been closed down in us because of that trauma, opening it up to that flow, and then overflowing into the world, into every relationship. And this is my little laboratory.
Me?
Yeah.
You?
Us,
Yeah.
Between us,
Oh,
is
yeah.
my laboratory.
Oh, my goodness.
My love laboratory.
But it's so much fun.
My love laboratory means that I say to Rachmiel, I only want your overflow. And he says to me, I only want your overflow, which means that we each have the responsibility to connect ourselves up to Source. And if we want to be in relationship. And it's true of every aspect of my service in the world. I only want to give that which is the overflow. So this whole KZOOM is really about filling up and overflowing, and seeing if that could be a model for our lives. So we bring forth this image of this navel as the moon's goblet, ever filled with this wonderful wine that is both nourishment and pleasure at once. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al yechsar hamazeg al yechsar hamazeg. Shararech agan hasahar al Shararek,
agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar, hamazeg, yechsar, hamazeg. Shararek, agan, hasahar, yechsar,
Bring your attention to the breath. Allow that in-breath to be the filling up. And allow the out-breath to be the overflow. So that filling up is not without its complications. And so I want to begin with that filling up practice to see like what are we filling up with? Where do we find that source? And how do we do that in this world when we are navigating kind of some dangerous places? How do we stay connected through that time? And Psalm 23 is really a description of some of those dangerous places. And like Tisha B'Av, it's like, that it says that, though I walk through the valley of death. And that's what it is. That's what this life is often like, that we're walking through that valley of death, that those, both personally and collectively, and the key being, that if I can feel accompanied by God's presence as I walk, then that will mitigate the fear. That will transform the fear into the energy that I need. And so, it's though I walk through the valley of death, I will not fear because of that sense of presence that I am cultivating in my practice. And the psalm goes on to describe a table that is set for us with all the abundance of our lives, all the good and the bad, all of it on that buffet table. And sitting across from us is my own personal demon sits across from me, and between me and that demon, that source, that trouble, there sits this cup, and that's the cup that I want to invoke, because even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and even though my enemy, my demon, sits across from me, still I want to be aware of this overflowing cup that has in it exactly what I need in order to face these challenges. And there's just these two words from Psalm 23 that I want to chant with you. It says, Kosi R'vaya. This cup that is within me and between us, it is sufficient. It has what I need in order to walk this path that I've been given. But I need to drink from it. I need to
have to reach toward my enemy, my demon.
But first we need to drink. And every day we have to find, how do we drink from that cup? Every day, to find those resources. So I invite you to again bring your attention to the breath and feel like we are invoking this image, this resource at the center of our hearts. That as we chant, we're going to imagine this cup ever filled with exactly what we need. And we want to create access to it so that when it gets hard, it's there. It's there. Yeah. It's there within us. That resource is there. Kosi R'vaya, Kosi R'vaya, Kosi R'vaya, Kosi R'vaya, Kosi,
R'vaya
Keep your eyes closed, bring your attention to the breath. Imagine breathing into the heart and finding there that image of a cup inside you. And you can notice what that cup is made out of. Really tune into the energy of that cup inside you that is ever filled. And take a look inside that cup and what it's filled with. Just knowing that it's always there. It's always there. We get disconnected from it. You might want to just imagine, like, tasting what's in that cup. Feeling whatever it is to going all the way down, filling us with exactly what we need. And so I want to just set an intention before we open our eyes to be able to have an awareness of that inner resource, that place of connection in us, of pure presence, without just a sort of beyond thought, that pure being that we are filled with. And as you open your eyes, I also want to sense that cup that is between us, like that between, in the energy between us, there is something that is sourced. There's that we get filled with. That the Shekhinah dwells between us, and so we can also receive that energy by making a connection. You just want to look around the KZOOM room, make a connection, feel that energy between us. Some of these faces who I've been gazing at for years, and some of the people, I can't even believe I haven't actually even met you in person yet, because we know
it's like we're family or something,
And when you're not here, I miss you, and oh my God. There's in that connection, there's also a filling up. So this filling up, part of it is opening up a capacity inside us, expanding our capacity for pleasure and nourishment and connection. because whatever that has been shut down in trauma is the place that can't receive, or the places in us that have been disappointed can shut down and then not receive the gift that is there. Or we could get so distracted with what we're thinking about that we don't notice that there is a flow that is pouring into the world, and that we can access that flow. So this next practice that I want to do about filling up, it says Sova, which is the word, it's the word that's related like to the word for complete satisfaction. So we want to fill up smachot et panecha, which is the joys of your presence, of your many faces, really. And so we want to just kind of see if we can, how do we make that a practice of filling up with God's presence that has all of these different faces, and basically I have to clear a space inside me that is filled with my thinking mind, clear that away, and then the presence is there. So sometimes I do this practice with my eyes open to kind of like say every color, every shape, every person, everything. I want to take that in and be filled up, not with, like with the essence, not with the schmutz, the essence of God's presence that is in the world. I want to fill up with it, and then perhaps I can overflow. And I want to say that what I've learned about energy is that I take energy in, and then my heart, inside my heart, I take that big energy and I refine it. I lift it up inside me. I transform that energy into something that is healing for the world. And it's like like sometimes it takes so much big energy, and then it comes into my heart, and then it's like a little distillery kind of the heart that distills that into like this drop of healing elixir that I want to put into the world. So I'm working the energy, because that's what I want to give, it's like I want to cook it inside me, or distill it, or refine it inside me. And I'm giving it back, but I'm giving it back in some other form that only I can do, that only you can do. Each of us kind of has that, special quality of being able to take that energy in and filter it through our own uniqueness, and then bring it out to the world as our generosity. Gee, what else?
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's the curriculum.
That's the curriculum. So you can close your eyes and find that fullness in your imagination, or you can open your eyes and look around, and just the idea is you take it into the heart. In the silence after the chant, we'll do some refining of that energy that we take in. Sova, 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 smachot, Sova, 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 smachot,
Sova, smachot et panecha. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova smachot et panecha.
So let's open our eyes and find a face of God here on the KZOOM screen and fill up.
Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova, Sova, Sova smachot. Sova smachot et panecha. Sova smachot et panecha.
So I invite you to close your eyes. And just put your hands on your heart and bring your attention to the breath. So we're going to take in all of the fullness of God's presence in the world. Take it into the heart on the in-breath and feel in the heart a kind of refinery. So that when we breathe it out, we're breathing out like just a higher level of what we just breathed in. And again, breathe in the world. Raise it up inside the heart. And send it out again in this more refined quality, healing. Take in the world on the in-breath. Work it inside the heart and then breathe it out. With each breath, taking in more with each out breath, kind of imagining that the goodness that you're sending into the world. And just pay attention. What happens inside the heart as we take it in, lift it up, send it back out? And before you open your eyes, you just kind of invite you to make a commitment to live in that way. Whatever we take in, it needs to be worked, it needs to be raised and refined, distilled, and then we can put out what's possible. So one more practice of filling up and overflowing.
With a roar. Ooh.
Well,
That roar.
well, what I wanted to do with this practice, it says the sea in its fullness, sea in all of its fullness. The roar of that sea, the power of the sea. You might not be able to take that in. But also, there is this roar of the world. And I want to also be able to take in that life force that's in the world. And I remember creating this chant as I was walking on the beach and feeling on one side of me the roar of the ocean, and on the other side of me I felt like, oh, the roar of the city, civilization, all of those people doing their business, the whole inhabited world, that I wanted to also feel it, that the energy of it, and not just push it away, but to be able to take it in because it's there, and it is God's presence. It all is. So I want to take that in, and so to feel both of both the roar of the natural world and also the inhabited world. Judy was saying something. I don't know if you hear the roar. Oh, of our hummingbirds. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Man,
They are
full
happening.
flock.
Yeah. So, for those who are shrooting, I'm going to do this with an E and an A. And this is the melody that I was hallelujah-ing as we began. And I want to do this with the intention of kind of accepting my incarnation. That like what's my role in all of this? Maybe whatever energy is out there in the world. Perhaps I can take it in and refine it and give it back to the world. And such a great gift to be an energy worker, because it's all energy. When you're an energy worker, it's just all energy. It's not good energy or bad energy. It's just energy. But we want to take it and work it inside us, and step into the world, and let's kind of the full circle of Mashiach consciousness being born in us on this day, means like that the Mashiach function is to raise this world up into its possibilities, to take in even the suffering in the world, to do that kind of tanglen practice where you take in all of the suffering in the world, and then you lift it up in compassion inside you and send it out as blessing. But it's intense sometimes.
Oh my God.
That roar is intense, and so we want to show up for the work with a kind of a grounded confidence that we were sent here to do this work.
Yes.
Yes. Yiram turn your attention to the breath, breathing in the roar of the world, raising it up in the heart, breathing it out as your love, your generosity, your commitment. Knowing that how powerful the heart is in the transformation of energy.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that there's nothing that I don't have to push anything away. I can take it in, transform it, send it back out. Amazing practice. So, invite you to open your eyes, take a look around the KZOOM room again, saying we are sending each other on this journey towards renewal.
Mm-hmm.
These 7 weeks of consolation, of comfort, of healing, of the healing of the trauma, so that when we get to Rosh Hashanah, we will be, coming in our wholeness. And it's quite a journey that we're on together. I am going to be teaching a Shabbat Shuvah and Yom Kippur retreat in New Mexico with Diane Elliott. If anybody, who is an amazing teacher, if anybody is available to come to that,
It's in the East Mountains of Albuquerque.
Look at my website, and there's just wonderful things happening. So I will see you next week at the next KZOOM. And so if you want to sit with your practice for a few minutes with a couple other people, I'm going to put you in anybody who wants, into a